much for this day. I'll say good, how's great, and last step goes, everybody say, amen. At least pray!
As ominous and slow as you can take it.
That's so you guys won't forget the words.
Believe me, I don't forget the words.
Come give me a hug. That's like giving me a hug, buddy. Here, handshake.
Okay, let's do it this hand.
Oink, yeah, it's better with this hand.
Oink, 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 oink.
Yahoo, people!
Yeah.
That's our little secret handshake we do.
My name is Margie Fink, and we have adopted 4 kids out of foster care. We have 2 sets of 2 siblings, and we run a nonprofit that helps resource foster and adoptive families called Transfiguring Adoption, and then we also teach English online.
And I'm Darren Fink. I am Margie's husband, and I am the project director of Transfiguring Adoption. We believe media, it has the power to be able to help children work through trauma, and it gives everyone language and words to be able to walk the children through safely and without judgment.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. I am 15, almost 16, and I was 5 years old when I came to my last foster home, which ended up being my adoptive home.
My name is Owen Fink. I am 12 and 3/4 years right now. I was 22 months when I came to my foster home, which became my permanent home.
And this is my brother that I came with to my last foster home.
My name is Cody. I'm 20. I was 5 when I went to foster care and 10 when I went to my last foster home, which became my adopted home.
One thing that people don't think about is our kids, when they were in foster care and they bounced from home to home to home, they weren't read the same stories that that most kids are used to growing up. They didn't have Grimm's fairy tales. They didn't have, the nursery rhymes.
We didn't know anything about Harry Potter or even Mickey Mouse. We never grew up with that stuff.
And so one of the things we wanted to do is encourage reading with them.
And also learning how to pretend and play. They really lacked, there's some things that you think are innate, like beep, beep, zoom, zoom with a car. But if you've never seen a toy car, we learn they become projectiles.
They do. We just throw them. And we have to teach you how to play with cars.
They were trying to get us into the Harry Potter series, so we started reading the first book. And then I remember Matthew breaking down.
Matthew's our 12-year-old son.
He was about 12 at the time.
He's a kid who is emotionally guarded.
Just kind of a lot of disconnect from emotions. He didn't tend to know I'm happy, I'm tired, I'm hungry, physically or emotionally. And he didn't talk a lot about his trauma. And so it was just kind of one of those moments where like, what's going on here? And he started tearing up and we said, hey, what's going on?
He started saying, I can relate to Harry Potter.
So we said, really? Tell us about it. And he kind of started just talking about all this stuff that he had experienced that had never been shared before. And we kind of started using the story as a way of being able to talk about different feelings, different trauma, different things that have happened, in the past. And, there's a lot of safety in being able to talk about a character. You can talk about a character and process stuff without ever saying that happened to me.
We kind of realized what the characters in the book like going through, and we just kind of connect to it.
The kids really were getting into it, and they said, we want to start this blog where we would read a chapter at the dining room table at dinner, and they would say, this is what a foster or adoptive child can get out of this chapter. These are questions that a family can ask. These are things you can discuss.
I started writing, and he started doing book reviews and
I still
for little
do.
kids, and then sometimes I would help my mom with older kid book reviews, and then she has one for their adults.
And so they really kind of wrote this chapter by chapter discussion guide for the Sorcerer's Stone, and we would go through and do the same thing for the parents. And just a couple weeks into the blog development, and we were at the celebration of Harry Potter in the Wizarding World, and we started talking to somebody because Darren saw somebody with a camera, and so his instinct is, hey, what are you doing?
I always get into little things, and I asked this gal, I'm like, hey, I see you got a camera and a microphone, what's going on? She was part of a national mom blog, and she's like, this is my husband, he works for a fathering blog. So we're talking, and I said, oh yeah, we just started a blog. And she said, oh yeah, what's it called? And I said, at the time it was called, the kids named it Hogwarts Adoption. And I'm like, she's like, oh, I know you guys, I follow you guys. And I'm like, no you don't, we're 2 weeks old. I'm like, there's no, and she, sure enough, she's like pulling up her Instagram account. She's like, this is you, right? And we went around and someone else recognized our blog. We got back home from vacation and the newspaper had left a message on our voicemail saying they wanted to get a hold of us and do a news story on us. So that was really weird for us to be getting attention like that. So we ended up obviously calling an attorney really quick and saying, I've got this blog that's getting attention and it's called Hogwarts. He's like, yep, you're gonna change the name tomorrow. Or
Yesterday.
today, yeah. So it became Transfiguring Adoption.
It's got big enough where we started going to Comic-Cons. Whenever my dad told me that Chris Rankin, who plays, Percy Weasley,
He was adopted.
he is adopted and he was very interested in what we had to do, I'm like, what?
We were talking at a convention with Chris Rankin. He actually pursued us and had a conversation with us further, and he's been helping us out with projects, and he's become part of this movement. And it's morphed into, we now have reviewers that do video game reviews, which is a new thing since this was made, movies, and scads of other books.
And we also started, what can we do to resource families? What can we do to kind of help be the oxygen mask for them so that they can parent better? And so we start, we've got bloggers on there, we've got a whole section that's, adult adoptees, former foster youth, even some current foster youth in there.
Helping kids from traumatic pasts is a big issue, and it's a moving target, and there's so much that goes with it. Our family kind of helped get the ball rolling with this, but it's really turning into a movement of people that are concerned about families. As long as we have a movement, we can do something. We can have positive change, and we can change the world with a movement, but with just us, we're done.
Like this nonprofit makes me happy because we started it as a family. We we read the Harry Potter movies, we read the books, we saw the movies, we connected to it. We started this as a family, and it makes me happy.